Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this bitterly cold Wednesday. Hope you're having a lovely week and looking forward to a nice weekend ahead as we start to wind down towards Christmas. Hopefully the end of your week will be nice and relaxed. Plenty of core work in this practice, you'll be delighted to hear. So let us get on with it. As always throughout your practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So we'll start our practice lying down. Making yourself nice and comfortable on your mat as you just move into the present moment. Letting go everything that's going on in your day, in your world. And just bringing yourself to the mat. Allow your attention to go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, into your belly, pause. And then exhaling through your nose. Having nice long exhales, making them a little longer than the inhale, but with very purposeful and focused breathing. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, bending your knees, lifting your feet up off the mat, and let's just cycle to start off with the legs. And keeping that cycling going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hugging the knees into the chest, take a little movement here. And then coming to stillness, let the feet come down onto the mat and rolling over onto your side, just raise yourself up onto your elbows, having those elbows under the shoulders. And let's raise those legs up again. And this time we're going to crisscross them, letting them slowly make their way down and then back up again. And continuing with this as we go up and down. And bringing the core into it by lifting up that pelvic floor. Belly button in and up. And one more time. Bringing it down and back up again. And letting those feet come down onto the mat. Come to sit up. And from here, we're going to, like we're rowing, row back and forward, but nice and slowly, so your core really has to work as you do it. Rowing back and forward and back and forward. Keeping going. And 5 more. 1, 2, letting that core get involved. Remember, drawing up that pelvic floor, belly button in and up.
4, and 5. And coming back to sit. And from here, making your way up to stand. And standing with your feet about 2 hip widths apart. And let's raise the arms up, clasping the hands together. We're going to chop wood. So we're going to swing the arms down, bend the knees as you just let the arms swing through. And draw up again. So you're coming down almost into a squat. And let's bring a bit of movement, momentum into it. I'll take it sideways on so you can see how the knees bend as you go. And 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Coming up to the top. And as you come to the top of your mat, bringing those feet together, heels a little bit apart. And we're going to sit down into our chair. So bending the knees, bending the hips, coming back, keeping those knees behind your toes. Raising the arms up. And then hinging further at the hips, letting both hands come down onto the mat. And raise the left hand up, follow it with your gaze. And let's take that to the other side. And drawing back up into your chair for a breath. Once again, hinging at the hips. Raising the right arm. And switching it to the left. Back to center. And drawing it up to your chair. One more time, hinging forward. Twisting to the right. And changing to the left. And back to the center. And drawing back up into your chair for a breath. And coming all the way up to stand. Let's take it through a sun salute from here. So bringing those feet into hip width apart. Again, equal weight on both feet with your weight evenly distributed between the ball and heel of your foot. Raise the arms up, palms together, raise the gaze. And sweeping forward. To your halfway lift. And forward fold again. Let's step that right leg back for your low lunge. And we're taking it through to our plank for 3 breaths. Remember about your core. So getting into your plank position. Raising the pelvic floor, belly button in and up. And coming down on your knees and feet, chest and belly, and lifting into your back bend. Taking a breath here before you push on up into your downward dog, taking it slowly to make your way in here, pedaling out your legs, pushing your tailbone back to really lengthen your spine, gaze at your belly button. And when you're ready, come
coming to stillness for 3 breaths. And stretching that right leg out behind you, step it through, low lunge. And up into your forward fold. Bend the knees, coming all the way up, palms together, raise the gaze. Through to your forward fold. And low lunge. Left leg back this time. Remember about the core in your plank. Keeping a softness in the elbows. And coming down then, knees, feet, chest, belly. And with very light hands, drawing the forehead and chest away for a breath. And pushing up to your downward dog. Two more breaths here. Stretching the left leg out behind you this time and stepping it through, low lunge. To come back to your forward fold. And all the way up. Bringing the hands down to the chest in prayer. And from here, once again, hinging forward into a forward fold. And make your way down to your tabletop. So in your tabletop, remember we've got our hips over our knees, our shoulders over our wrists. And let's from here step the left leg up. Step the right leg up behind it. So it's like a curtsy. Lifting the hands up, bring them into prayer. And then shifting the weight onto that left leg. Raise the right leg up for a breath. Let's come down the same way we came up. Bring that right leg behind. Making your way down once again to your tabletop. Okay, so we're going to try that now on the other side. So right leg comes in front. And then lifting the left leg up behind to cross it over. Behind. Bringing those hands into prayer at the chest. Shifting the weight to the right leg. Raise the left leg up for one breath. And drawing that left leg behind you as you make your way back down to tabletop. Okay, so we're going to do the same again, but this time we're going to make it a little bit harder. Lift up your left hand. Keeping your left hand raised. This is really nice core work. Step the left foot up. And then raise the right hand up and step the right foot behind. Good. Bringing the hands into prayer, shifting the weight to the left foot, raise the right leg up for a breath. Making your way down in the same way,
So cross the right leg behind, then step it back to come onto your knees, then the left leg, and then back to your tabletop. Good, let's try that on the other side. Right hand goes forward. Right leg goes forward. Raise the left hand up. Come up onto the right leg, left hand behind. Hands into prayer. Raise the left leg up for a breath. And making your way down in the same way. Good. From here, stepping the right leg up, step the left leg behind you. So we're into our runner's lunge. Keeping that left leg stretched out. Taking a breath here. And from here, rising up to a high lunge. So you're still on the ball of that back foot. Keeping the right knee bent, taking a breath. From here, arms into a T as you hinge at the hips and hover over the thigh. Hands down, either side of the foot, bringing the left knee down, step the right leg back. Great, let's try that on the other side. So stepping that left foot forward this time, coming onto the toes of the right foot. Into your runner's lunge, taking a breath. Rising up to a high lunge. Arms into a T as you fold forward. And bringing the hands down, coming back once again to tabletop. Let's try that a couple of times on each side. So right foot up first, stretching the left leg out, runner's lunge for a breath. And lifting up, high lunge. Arms in a T into your airplane. And bringing the hands down to come back to your tabletop. Left leg up, remembering on each exhale, drawing up that pelvic floor, belly button in and up, into your runner's lunge. And rising up to high lunge. Arms in a T into your airplane. Framing the foot back to your tabletop. Good. Let's do it one more time on each side. Right leg up, runner's lunge. Through to high lunge. And into your airplane. Bringing it back to your tabletop. Left leg up into runner's lunge. Lifting up to high lunge. Through to your airplane. And back down to your tabletop. Good. And from here, making your way up into downward dog, taking a breath. From here into your plank. Choices here. Either come down as we normally do on your knees, feet, chest, belly, or
if you prefer, you can slowly lower yourself down. Try to keep the elbows in as you do. And a good way of achieving this is let the shoulders come a little in front of the wrists as you lower the body down, all the way down onto the mat, coming into your back bend and pushing on up through to your downward dog. Taking that again, take a breath in your downward dog. Stepping through to your plank. Lowering yourself down, your preferred way. Through to your back bend. And then making your way to your downward dog. One more time through that flow, taking a breath here. Into your plank. Making your way down onto the mat. Into your back bend. And pushing up to your downward dog. And coming down onto all fours once again, this time swinging around to come and sit. Good, sitting, bending those knees. And we're going to come into our boat pose, sticking with this core theme, and I hope you're liking the faster flow of the practice today, just trying to keep us all warm in this chilly weather. And let's just come onto your seat bones, lifting the feet up off the mat. The straighter your legs go, the more your core has to work. Finding your best position. And let's take 3 breaths here. And then letting those feet come down, this time holding on to your toes as you once again make your way up. Lifting the legs up as you hold on to the toes, lengthening through the spine. One more breath here. And bending the knees, making your way down, and making your way on down to lie on your mat. And from here we're going to lift up into a bridge. So having those feet about hip width apart, gently start to lift up the spine from the pelvis upwards, holding it up here. Let's take 3 breaths. Again, let the core do the work here rather than the glutes. And slowly lowering yourself down, hugging those knees into the chest. Take a little bit of movement. And coming to stillness, let the feet come down once again as we lift up into a bridge, this time lifting the right leg up, holding it up here for 3 breaths.
Lowering the right leg down, lowering yourself onto the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. And we're going to do this one more time, this time lifting the left leg. So feet onto the mat as you lift up into your bridge. Drawing the left leg up, trying to keep the hips up for 3 breaths. And lowering the leg down, lowering the spine onto the mat. And once again, hugging those knees into the chest as you take a little bit of movement here. And when you're ready, you can let those feet come down onto the mat. Lengthen out the legs. And turn the palms upwards. I hope you enjoyed that practice and that you will join me again on Friday for our next practice. Don't forget, anytime you do a practice, do let us know. We love to know when you've done it. Give us a like or a comment or whatever. And everybody who we know has done 4 practices during the month goes on to our roll of honour. And just allow the body now to totally relax, release, and let go. Softening out the feet and the legs. Softening out the glutes and the pelvis. The whole back of the body and shoulders. The front of the body, chest and shoulders. Letting go the arms and the hands. Letting go the head, the face, the jaw and chin. The whole of your body, just let it go. Pausing here for gratitude. Gratitude to yourself, to your body, and your breath. And let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, into your belly, pause, and then exhale. Keeping that focus on your breath for a few minutes.